Hello, beautiful heart and souls. Crystal in here. Welcome to my channel, Tune Into Love. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to another Pick a Card reading. This is another soul-guided message for all of you, beautiful heart and souls. So take a few moments, tune into the three different groups we have here. Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3. Allow your intuition to guide you towards whichever group is calling to your heart and soul the strongest, most likely the message for you. There could be more than one message. Always trust your intuition. I will place timestamps in the description for all of you. And thank you again for tuning in to all my beautiful, wonderful subscribers. I love you infinitely. Thank you so much. And if you're new to the channel and the message resonates, please do subscribe and welcome. Let's just get right into it. We'll start with group number 1. All right, group number 1, how are all of you lovely, beautiful hearts and souls? Thank you once again for tuning in. So let's see what your soul wants you to know at this time. We have ceremony, invocation, ceremony, invocation. So you are being guided to tune in a bit more intentionally right now to whatever it is that you are focused on, whatever it is you desire to manifest. Any resolutions to situations or problems or relationships or anything you feel that is feeling to you in that way. Creating a space and some time to be more intentional with whatever it is, and bringing in elements of the earth, bringing in crystals or rocks, essential oils, different flowers and herbs, fire, air, water, earth, rocks, whatever you feel guided to bring into this sort of intentional sort of setting. I feel like it's more like enhancing your meditation, taking it into a place where you can be more hands-on with it. You can connect with the energies of the earth, the energies of the elementals, and also, a piece of paper and pen or pencil, papel. So I feel like there's some ancestors around you, supporting you and whatever it is that you're focused on right now. And it will really help you just be able to define and really hone in on those energies and really call those energies into you for support, for reassurance, direction, guidance, whatever it is. And it's really beautiful to be able to connect to your own soul and heart in that way and to the world around you. Those energies that truly do support you on your path, your purpose, whatever it is. It just creates this ambience around you, and it helps everything, the energy around you. It's very co-creative. And, your spirit guides and spirit team are very happy to be a part of that. And they'll help you in really beautiful ways or ways that feel really good to you, natural to you, even playful or fun. Just bringing an element of love into it that's, it's so expansive and infinite. And there's so many different ways that we can interact and make it more fun and enjoyable for ourselves. And, it's just really going to amplify and bring you that feeling of reassurance. All right, so let's tune into some tarot cards here. I'm going to draw from the After Tarot first here and see what wants to come through. I feel like you're tuning into different sort of affirmative type of, messages and signs and synchronicities. I feel it's interesting. I pulled the After Tarot. I was like, After Tarot, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try this. It's really fun. It's being able to, work with and practice your own magical manifesting abilities and resolution to whatever issues or things that are challenging in your life that, it's presenting opportunities for you to grow and learn and become more masterful and just how you live your life and how you choose to create, it's really, really cool. It's really fun. So let's see here. We have the Ten of Swords. Okay, so this is really going to calm your mind, your mental space. It's going to bring a lot of relief to whatever thoughts that feel heavy or weighted down. Look at this, the Lovers. Okay, very healing. It's going to be very, personal and authentic for you. So you're able to really bring whatever elements are you, what are authentic to you and you alone. It gives you the opportunity to experience that for yourself in a new way. So it's just like being able to feel all your authentic, self in whatever it is you're doing. And this is a new way to explore that, or maybe you've done it many times. However, I feel like this is kind of like a new way of approaching it. very, very much in the love vibe for yourself. It really aligns you with who you are. And this is a choice, it's a choice that we make to be more intentional in whatever it is we're going through in life. And this is a really positive, healthy way to do that. It's just very personal to you, and it brings in that joy, and being able to work through challenges, focus on resolutions, and really make something happen in a way that's really playful. It's like very fun, Yeah, we have the Page of Cups. So I feel like there's, this playful youthfulness energy with it. And yet it's, it doesn't always have to be so serious and stressful and rigid. And like, it brings you out of that codependent feeling into a more, independent, I'm doing this, I'm creating this, I'm a part of this, without that feeling of like being dependent on something outside of you. So this is going to show you just how powerful you are in creating your own reality and working through challenges, and really being in tune with, how you create. This is all about you creating the world around you very authentically, very lovingly. It's very balanced with the masculine, feminine energies here. So it's like, I feel like you're able to really tune into that intuition, the receptive parts of you. And then as you're intentionally creating some sort of ceremony or, whatever it is that you're doing, it brings the masculine energy into that in a very balanced way. So you're able to experience the energies very, very new and co-creative. It's very co-creative. So yeah, I mean, this is an idea, a feeling and inspiration in your heart that just, it's like you see it and then it brings it that much more into life. Okay. I feel like whatever is going on with your thoughts, whatever challenges are arising out of that, it's really going to help you heal those and bring closure to that situation. You're at the end of it. So you're really able to open up to more positive ideas and ways of resolving it and invite in those positive thoughts, those thoughts that are very healing, very energetic, very supportive to whatever it is that you are focused on right now. Okay. Let's see, let's clarify here. And I really do feel like a pen and paper is a great thing to bring into it. So you can write down, anything specific that you're thinking about, that you're looking for, resolution around or healing or manifesting. And then also during that time, you can write down whatever thoughts are, jot out to you. I just want to say jot out, jot them out really quick, and just write them down. Keep them in your little sacred notebook, your little journals. Even like, you may have some poetry come through, things like that, some romantic energy here with the Lovers and the Page of Cups. Just very healing, self-loving poetry, songs, just little phrases that really like just light up your heart and heal your heart in the sweetest ways. Yeah, we have the Four of Swords. I feel like this is like really good because it gives you options and like different ways of going about things instead of just meditating, right? Like we can all meditate and we can all, but at some point it's like, all right, there's got to be more to life. Like it should be more fun. It should be more enjoyable. And so it's just very interactive. It's very co-creative. And meditation is still really great, but you see like here how he's wearing the armor and, these truths or whatever it is are hanging over his head and it's just like, oh, and here she's just in her sweet little outfit. It's all warm. It's, beautiful. Even the snake's chilling here. There's no fear. The vibes are really good. So it helps you really, experience the energy shift, like the feeling, the different energies that you experience. And it's really just all begins with your intention. Okay. Let's clarify the Lovers here. The Page of Pentacles, beautiful. And the Page of Rods. I love this youthful energy. It just feels so youthful. It feels youthful, and yet I feel the ancestors around you. Like I feel your family on the other side, so to speak. I feel a lot of the earth energies around you, elementals, however you connect in with that. It's different for everyone. There's so many wonderful, like jovial spirits that are our ancestors, that are of the earth, that are of our spirit guides, and different aspects of ourself, even our inner child, all of that. I feel like an ancestor spirit here. So you'll feel the safety and reassurance of that feeling of home, that's so familiar to you. So it doesn't ever feel, you can't get it wrong. As long as your heart is rooted in the right place, it's always going to bring magic and this new awareness. And, it's like Spirit's so fun. There's so much fun that you can enjoy when you're intentionally creating something that's really meaningful to you and really fun. I'm feeling a lot of great ideas coming in for new income streams, ways that you can create more finances in your life, more financial freedom that are really fun, that are really supported, long lasting, definitely supported by your soul and spirit, and new adventures that arise. I kind of out of this like romantic type of energy, and it doesn't have to necessarily be about a relationship. It's more so like a romantic feeling with life itself. I'm really feeling that, like this romance with life itself, where you just feel, your authenticity, you feel a little bit adventurous, and it's really just self-love, it's self-care for yourself, where you're really enjoying experiencing your life. And so there could be some new adventures that you decide, I'm feeling like it's time soon for some new adventures. And I feel like there's some things that will come through that will inspire you to really feel those things, and those thoughts now are going to be circulating in your mind and really doing a lot of healing with the ones that weren't serving you so well. Okay, so let's do some oracle cards here. Let's see. Hand of Cards, take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, gambling. Yeah, and this is a very personal thing, right? So this is just something you do in your own private time, however you feel drawn to do it. And it is sort of like taking a chance, and yet it's like, it can feel risky, and yet it's not. It's very benevolent, it's very loving. It's all about you having this time to yourself to be able to explore and experiment with what works for you. Because your heart's rooted in the right place. And it's a way of also bringing strategy into it in a way you may have never, the only way to be shown is for your soul to show you, when it's just like you, one-on-one with your soul and your spirit team and all of that. So, not showing hand, like this is something you can just keep to yourself. This is something that you may decide to incorporate in your practices. And it's just something you do for yourself. And it's really no one else's business unless you feel like sharing it. So I feel like this is a part of you learning how to manifest in ways that really support you, is that you don't have to feel like it's something that anyone else really needs to know. And that doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It just means that it's sacred to you, and that it's meaningful to you, and you're going to do it regardless of whether anyone knows about it or not. And sometimes when people know about it, it makes we develop like a hesitancy to it, because we think we're going to be judged or rejected or whatever it is. So it's best sometimes to just keep those things to yourself and see for yourself if it works. Give yourself a chance to experiment and see what works for you before you mention it to certain individuals or whatever that is. It could be the ones that are actually causing you some grief in your life. And so you're doing what you can to heal those patterns within yourself, so that you're not attracting that into your life. You're taking ownership and responsibility for yourself. So it's definitely worth it. Okay. And I feel like this is going to show you new strategies and ways of implementing, the magic into your life and how you manifest, because you're responsible for it. And so, yeah, with that is coming some really great inspired ideas that are only coming through to you. Okay. No one else. So it's most important that you feel confident with what you're doing, and that you develop that very intimate relationship with your own soul, and the beautiful energies that are around you that are supporting you all the time. Okay, let's do a self-love card while we're talking about the self-love here. I trust the intelligence within me. Oh yes, I trust the intelligence within me. There are no problems that do not have a solution. There are no questions without answers. I love this. I absolutely love this. It just feels so affirmative to what you need to hear right now, because it really is all about just trusting that amazing divine intelligence within you. It's going to guide you every step of the way, and it always does. It always has. And this is just another beautiful way of being able to tune into it in your own personal way. I feel like there's like some exciting magic that you're going to be experiencing and shown that's just like, wow, I love it. The intelligence of life itself, of love, is just so beautiful. I feel so grateful to have an intimate connection with it, and that it grows every day. It grows more deeper and bigger than I could have ever imagined. And it helps me feel more comfortable with who I am, and in my own life and how to resolve issues if they come up, or how to approach things in my life, especially when I'm manifesting, and, comforts me so that I don't go into fear or worry or doubt. And it's just, these are things we can do for ourselves, and it's like, it doesn't cost anything. It doesn't require any special, schooling or expertise. It just, all it required is a trust within ourselves and a willingness, to explore it and experiment with it and give it a try. So, this is really beautiful. I feel you are, it's like we're being schooled by life and love itself. And when we do that and surrender to that, nothing compares to it. So I trust the intelligence within me. Okay. This is just, I love this so much. I love it. I'm super happy for you. And, I feel such a deep, intimate connection with yourself as you explore this. And it's just something that will grow into all sorts of wonderful things for you in your life. And you'll be able to explore life in new ways. And that's always exciting. How do I feel when I know I am innocent? Why am I innocent? How have I changed from believing that I am guilty to remembering my pure essence? Wow, this is so beautiful, okay? I was feeling that earlier, like you're not doing anything wrong. And so I feel like there's an energy here around healing your inner child. I was feeling your inner child in the mix here. It's like, it's being able to embrace your innocence, your purity, let go of any guilt or shame or anything that you've carried that may be due to programs or limiting beliefs that were instilled within you at a young age. It's really beautiful because you're able to truly open up and embrace who you really are without shame, guilt, or any of that. You're able to really experience who you are in such a beautiful, pure way. Really embracing your innocence, knowing that you're innocent, you're pure of heart. Your intentions are rooted in love. That's what you're creating and manifesting. So there's never any reason for you to feel guilty about anything. It's time to let all that go. And this is really going to help you do that. This is really going to help you connect physically in a physical way. You're going to feel really uplifted. You're going to feel very empowered and inspired. And it's going to be able to lead you, to continue leading you, guiding you, showing you the next step so that you're not always having to think about it and not have to worry about, judging yourself in any way, shape, or form, okay? This is really beautiful. Let's get one here from the angels. Shower of abundance. To heal your financial situation, first give us your worries concerning money. We will guide you in order to show you how to create and accept abundance. As we work together, your financial situation will heal as fast as you'll allow. I said will lead. It will lead the way. Okay, I feel this, beautiful energy of abundance. It's ready to connect. It's ready to nurture you just as much as it's like when you open up and you're like, okay, I feel it. I can feel it's ready to nurture you. It's just like, yes, I'm ready to lead the way. Okay, so just know that this abundance energy, it's ready to, manifest with you. It's ready to create with you and support you on this journey. So this is just awesome. I feel it. I feel the smile on your face. I feel the happiness in your heart, the relief of any stress or worries, and the confidence in yourself, feeling good about knowing that you can truly manifest not just what you want, but that you can be in abundance for yourself, that you can create this for yourself. It's something that no one can ever take away from you. And it's such a beautiful innocence to all of this. Okay. So I just love it so much. Let's get a Bob Ross card here really quick. Let's see what Mr. Bob Ross wants to say. So this is the Three of Pentacles. Isn't that fantastic? I knew you could do it. The Three of Diamonds, the Three of Pentacles. I love it. Okay. So yeah, co-creation with Source, with your soul, with Spirit, they're all on your team. They're all helping assist you in whatever, it is, and helping you release worries and any sort of feelings that are no longer serving you in your path of abundance. Okay. Isn't that fantastic? I knew you could do it. They're encouraging you. They're reminding you that, inside you already know how to do this. It's just a matter of like really connecting, feeling that intimate connection. It's like a remembering. That's what occurs. It's more like a remembering than a learning. It's like we unlearn the things that were not true for us and we remember what actually is true. And when we're in that authentic vibe of ourselves, it all becomes so much clearer. And it's like, wow, this is not nearly as difficult or hard as we once imagined, because these thoughts that weren't true were making us, had us believing things that it was so hard and difficult and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So I feel like you're really experiencing like the work that you've put in. Now you're really getting to experience it in a way that is so enjoyable, and it's going to get better and better. Okay. Let's do some more oracle cards here. Abundance is leading the way. I love it so much. Let the emotions flow. 23. Okay. So you may experience an emotional release, and it's going to be very healthy for you. It's going to be really good to allow any sort of old emotions to release out of your body, to love yourself that much that you allow yourself to cry, to write out any thoughts or feelings that are bogging you down, that are really bringing you down in the dumps. Get them out of your body. That's the whole point of detoxing. And yet sometimes we don't think about it when we're healing our emotions. It's also a process of detox. You want to get those thoughts out of your body. You want to get those feelings out in the open so that we can heal them, with our soul, with our spirit team. And it helps you identify what's really going on, because if you're not able to identify it, you won't necessarily have the same ease in healing it that you will if you do identify what it is. It allows you to approach it from that angle of knowing exactly what it is and being able to respond to it appropriately. If you deny it or avoid it, it's difficult to kind of determine what's going on. So I feel like this is really beautiful. You're going to feel really held and supported. You're going to feel like it's just the perfect time for you to do that. And it's going to feel really, really healing. You're going to feel the love around you. You're going to feel cozy. You're going to feel comforted and reassured throughout the whole process, and be really grateful to yourself because you're loving yourself. Your soul is right there with you, guiding you every step of the way. And it's time for you to do this for yourself. It's time for you to love yourself that much. And, be able to release whatever is negative and connect with that positive, pure, innocent part of your heart and soul, your emotions, to be able to experience your emotions from that place of purity and innocence, where there's no words to describe it. Okay. So this is really beautiful. It's going to be really beautiful. Very beautiful. Don't fear it. Just let it happen. You'll thank yourself for it, I promise. Wealth, number 34. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Are you ready? Are you ready for the wealth and abundance? You've very much aligned with, prosperity and abundance. And I feel this wealthy energy. Again, it has a lot to do with the quality of what you're feeling in your emotions, your heart and your soul. It's not just about money. It's not just about material objects, although, that's all a part of it. It is, the whole totality of this whole experience, as within, so without. Okay. You're really understanding and feeling on a deep level that energy of wealth, of prosperity. It's the quality of energy that you're really tuned into. And it's all from your choice to be authentic, from your choice to really be your true self and take good care of yourself, love yourself, heal whatever was within you that needed to be healed. And, choosing to know that the intelligence within you is the truth, that the innocence of who you are is the truth. So yeah, this is a wonderful, wonderful omen here, marker, whatever they call these, the sacred journey markers. It's the number 34. So it, again, co-creation, solid foundation, balance, harmony, and it's new. It's a new way of creating. It's a new way of connecting in with your soul and how you manifest in a way that's, reflective of that pure heart, pure spirit within you. And, allowing yourself to heal and feel all of that. It's not until you experience it that you'll truly understand it, and you're going to, okay? It's just, this is so beautiful. Let's get one here from the Energy Oracle. Blossoming abundance. My goodness, the number 3 again. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that you are just you're surrounded by love. You're surrounded by love, and there's, it's love abundance moving forward, and that's it. There's no doubt about it. They are not going to let you fail. You're not going to let yourself fail. You are going to embrace this. This abundance is blossoming. It's just like budding up. It's blossoming. It's all new. So allow yourself to be in the moment and, take it as it comes is what I'm feeling. It's like, just allow it to flow naturally how it wants to flow. You won't need to force anything or seek anything out necessarily. It's going to all flow in at the appropriate times and as you're ready for it, so it doesn't ever feel overwhelming or too much or too little. It's all like this steady flow. And anytime that you're healing anything and there's emotional things, it's like your soul, your spirit guides will create the times and places for you to have those emotional releases that you don't even know that they're going to happen until they do. And then afterwards you're like, wow, well, that was the perfect time for it to happen. I couldn't have planned that better. I couldn't have planned it better. So it's really going to show you how trustworthy you are, how you can trust your soul, your guidance, and what it is that your heart's truly desiring. And that way it will allow you to be able to make those decisions, those choices, take those steps with less and less hesitancy over time. And before you know it, it's just going to be, the natural way of life for you. Okay. And this is all beginning with just an intention. This is amazing. I mean, there's so much, I don't know. It's all yet to be discovered, right? Every step of the way. So let's get one here from the Ascended Masters. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. All of you are so amazing. I feel very lucky and grateful and honored to share these messages with all of you. Truly do. Power of joy. Look at this, Maitreya. The power of joy. The power of joy. I mean, this is alignment with, the one consciousness, the harmony and balance of humanity. And, especially when the sacred masters come in and they really are there, like, yep, this is it. You're on the right path, and you can feel that in your heart. It just, there's such a feeling of connection that is indescribable, truly. It's something that we get, it's our birthright to experience that. And so, the power of your joy is your power. It is your true source of love, of life, of creation. It's why you're here. It's what you're here to experience, truly. And, when we go through struggles and different challenges, and we choose love, we choose to learn from them, the appreciation and gratitude that we feel becomes so deep. And it's just, we build a resilience and a strength within us that allows us to support life in such powerful ways. Like the Buddha, he embraces his joy and he can support so many other people in this world because of that. It doesn't mean that he's free of struggles or anything like that in his life. Like we all face different challenges. It's making that decision within ourselves, that self-initiated choice to align with our true authentic intelligence, our nature, our heart and soul. And it's often when we do that we face challenges and struggles, and we have that knowing though that we're going to overcome them, that we're going to learn from them. And that's what helps us really be able to experience the power of our joy and be able to focus it in the appropriate ways that bring us joy and people joy and life joy and the earth joy and everything else. It's what creates the rainbows, and that's what I believe anyways. It's that pure energy of nature and spirit from your own heart and soul. Let's get a few more oracle cards here before we close the message. My goodness, it's just so beautiful. I feel such a peace, it's such a peaceful vibe, such a reassuring vibe, round and round. Yeah. I mean, I can feel, it's like, I was thinking earlier, it's so funny because today I was thinking, well, what goes around comes around, what we give out returns to us. And so there's just this beautiful acknowledgement here of what you give, you receive. And I feel like, especially, connecting in here with the invocation, a ceremony, giving, your energy, your intention to something and receiving it back in a special way. This could also signify, this is something that you've put out there before. And it's like everything that you put out comes back to you in some way. You could have, it's like you could have been practicing this in the past, and maybe it was, it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's just been like this progressive spiral where now you're finally like, I don't know, there's this energy where it's just refining. It's getting better and better and better every time you come around. You're not giving up on yourself. You're continuing. And it's like, I'm seeing the nautilus, I'm seeing the sacred geometry, and how you're actually creating that by choosing to continue. So this is really beautiful, okay? And I feel like there's things like, maybe, these things from the past that we think we heal at some point in time, then they show back up again. And yet there's a deeper healing that occurs. And it's also, with that healing comes a deeper awareness, a deeper connection to life itself. You may be helping others heal in ways that you never imagined you would, or helping the earth heal in certain ways that you never imagined you would, because you have a deeper understanding. There's like different layers to what we experience. And it's not like we just heal from something and it's over. It becomes a part of us, and it becomes wisdom, and it becomes, there could be others that are going through it, and then you connect with them in a similar way, or through that particular energy, and you learn something yourself that you weren't aware of, and they learn something, and then it brings it to this like deeper place. So I'm really feeling a lot of good earth energy in here, especially with this nautilus shell. And I was feeling like the rocks and the flowers earlier, being a part of your intentions, helping you manifest, because they're a part of this experience with us. It's all a part. Even the trees here, it's like we're all together in this experience. And when we acknowledge that, everything just lights up. Everything feels so happy to be here, and happy to be alive, and happy to interact with men and women and children, the animals, everything feels the vibes, and it brings benefit to all. So if there's anything from the past that's coming up again, it's, there's a deeper wisdom and understanding and opportunity to heal even deeper, or learn more, become more aware of certain subjects, even subjects that you're practicing, as far as like, setting your intentions with ceremonies and different things. It becomes deeper and more sacred, and we never stop learning and growing. And that's the beauty of life. The more we choose to learn and grow, the more we embrace our youthfulness, our vitality, our wisdom, our magic, and we feel young at heart, and yet we have that wisdom to really create any kind of life that we want, with deep appreciation and gratitude, not just for ourselves, but also for everything around us and all the people that play a part in that. And you're someone who plays a part in all of it too. So it's like we get to recognize ourselves and each other, as equals, and it's very healing. And I don't know, there's just something here about a lot of balance and harmony going on between you and others, or your masculine, feminine, between you and yourself, feeling that deep healing with yourself, and then being able to feel it within other people at the same time. It's I don't know, it's just really beautiful. Okay. Let's do one more here to close the message from Nature's Whispers. Inner Truth, number 16. I love this. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you're going to be experiencing deep inner truths, treasures within yourself, different gifts within yourself, different healing modalities I'm hearing, different parts of your magic, experiencing your light, your dark, your magic, your treasures, the things that are, hidden away inside of you. It's like you'll be able to play with them and dabble with them and experiment with them. They're truly gifts for you, and you're the only one that can discover them. So this is a really beautiful time for you to do that, and to experience the joy of that. Whatever they are is only you're going to know, and you get to know first before everyone else. Okay. And that's a really beautiful thing. And I'm seeing the little child here. It's like your inner child, your child self knows and is ready to show you, and just be with you. And I don't know, there's just this beautiful energy of exploration, adventure, seeing what's in there, discovering it without fear. She's got the candle here. It's all lit up. There's nothing scary. It's all beautiful. It's all pure. It's all innocent. There's no scary monsters in there or anything that's going to jump out and scare you. It's all really beautiful. And I feel you very inspired creatively as well, like a lot of creative energy that you're going to feel inspired with. And I feel like this romantic energy, like I said earlier, but yet it's more creative. It's like a creative romantic vibe. So it's beyond romance. It's like a deeper, it's like a deeper feeling of romance where it brings out your own unique, authentic creativity in a very loving vibe. You could be a painter, you could be an artist, you could be a writer or a poet, and it's just like somehow going to transfer into your art, bringing in this like deep inner love for yourself and for life itself that feels very just romantic and true love, you know what I mean? So I don't know, and it's so innocent. Like there's something here that's very innocent and pure. So even a child could read it and be like, wow, like, I don't know, it just feels so sweet. It feels so sweet. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. So group number 1, that is your message. I truly hope it resonated. I hope that it just brought you some comfort and wisdom and affirmation to what you're feeling and experiencing, and just love and support moving forward. You are all amazing. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you to all my subscribers. I love you infinitely. If you are new to the channel and this message resonated, please do subscribe. I welcome you to the channel. Thank you for tuning in with all of us. And I will be back again very soon for another message. Continue being good to yourself. Have lots of fun discovering your inner truths. Isn't that fantastic? I knew you could do it. A lot of abundance on the horizon. So enjoy this time. Have fun. And I will see you again very soon. All my infinite love as always. Peace. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so grateful to be here with you once again, beautiful heart and souls. So let's see what your soul wants you to know at this time. We have shift your energy, number 19. Shift your energy, okay? So let's get some tarot. I'm going to use the After Tarot deck. See what's going on here. I feel a freshness, a clearing. I feel some color. I feel art. I feel vibrancy and nature. Elementals at play here. I feel like the elements of life itself are doing their best to surround you with some good vibes. Shift your energy. Remind you how fun life is, how playful it is, to have some fun, to enjoy the beauty, the serenity of, nature itself, the different depths and textures and colors, the variety, all the variety that is so beautiful, that stimulates your senses in the most beautiful ways, that just inspires your heart and your soul to be creative, to touch the grass, touch the earth, touch the flowers, to touch things with your hands, to smell different scents that smell really good. We're moving into summer here, so the flowers are blooming, the birds are out, the bees are buzzing. There's a lot of different beautiful elementals at play here. I'm even seeing like your hands in the water, and I'm seeing art and creativity happening here. Some sort of art and creativity and just freshness that brings you some new inspiration. We have the 10 of Pentacles here. It's beautiful. The 6 of, the 6 of Cups. My goodness. Everything's alive around you with the Ace of Cups. I could feel nature, like it was like all the descriptions, like all of it, like coming to life. And it's you. Look at your vibe. I mean, you're in love. There's so much unconditional love. We have this beautiful, loving energy with you and your loved ones that is just true unconditional love. We have the 10 of Pentacles here, of family and legacy and foundations that are really secure, really just, abundant and prosperous, and a really good vibe. Like I feel such a great family vibe here, and I feel you like as you're, in life, it's like everything is coming to life around you. You can feel your energy it's so relieved. It's so grateful. There's so much comfort. It's like Gaia is like, oh, it's just this beautiful energy. So I'm definitely feeling you in a very creative, artistic type of vibe, feeling very inspired to, create some beauty in your life, whatever that means for you. And it's like there's so much to be grateful for here. There's so much unconditional love around you. The Six of Cups energy here, I feel like this energy of family, mostly like deep family connections, soulmate energy, where you feel like you're a part of your family and your family is a part of you, and in a way that is, unspoken. There's just this peace, this calm energy. It feels like there's nothing to worry about. Everything is, handled, taken care of. There's this flow of give and receive. There's a flow of stability. It's a very stable, foundational type of energy going on here. So let's clarify. Let's get some clarifying cards here. Could be new opportunities in any sort of ventures that really move your heart, open your heart, inspire your heart, new opportunities to fulfill your heart, your well-being. You could be very inspired by your family or by your soulmate energy. There could be someone new entering your life that really inspires you, or it could be someone that you're already, been connected to your whole entire life. I feel like this is very much you as well, feeling a lot of love for yourself, self-love, and being able to express it in a way that just feels so good to your own heart and spirit. And it's just like a natural side effect of, who you are. It's your natural expression. And it's going to be exciting to see, how you create and what you express. It's like exciting to discover, like a piece of art. You never know what it's going to be until you've, started painting it and seeing it come to life. It's like coming to life, The Ace of Rods here. So, I feel a lot of new ideas, new inspirations really pouring into you. We have the Page of Pentacles here. You could be collaborating with someone that you feel really good with when it comes to income. You guys may have like an awesome business idea that you want to work together. You may be like sharing ideas, or like you may not even be working together, but you may be supporting each other in some way where you just offer that really awesome inspired support. Like you can call each other up and give each other ideas or share your ideas, and you just feel like you can talk openly. I don't know, it feels really good. Let's see what else we got here. The Queen of Cups. Look at you. I just, there's such a beautiful vibe here of feeling really in your element. It's like the elements are alive and you're really in your element. Your element, whatever your element is, it's alive. It's alive. You're alive and you're thriving. And these ideas, this love, it's this co-creative type of experience, where you get to really connect with everything you love in life and everything loves you. And I'm feeling like, everything is so rooted in your heart. It's important to you. And I see you maintaining your emotional stability really well. I see you being really mindful of that too, not to be overly emotional or underly emotional. It's like you've really learned to come into your own and guide yourself in ways where you can be, who you need to be in whatever situation. And it's all very inspiring. I'm definitely feeling this vibe of collaborating or co-creation in terms of you're not alone. Like even if you are doing something on your own, I feel like you have this support around you, that's encouraging you and reminding you not to give up if you ever feel that way, or like, oh yeah, that's a great idea, we would love that, something like that, where you receive a lot of good feedback with what you're doing. And so it helps you continue on your path and inspires you in all sorts of new ways. It's almost like you can receive new ideas that way. And it benefits your family. I feel like there's only a few of you that may be collaborating. Most of you, I feel like this is more so inspired by your own family. Like your family inspires you in so many ways, and you receive the feedback and support from other people in your life that really know who you are. And so it just solidifies that confidence within yourself because you know that it's benefiting them as well. And it's, it's like you're creating this legacy, this foundation, and everyone's a part of that. They're all family to you. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of great friendship energy here, love for yourself. And I feel like you really, really come into your own as far as like, how you're able to respond and approach different, subjects, relationships, people, situations, whatever it is. And there's this beautiful vibe of being open to new ideas and new ways of doing things, learning, with the wisdom here. It's like you're very wise, you're very, what you want, what's right for your heart, and yet you're open to learning like a student. You're open to new things that you've never heard of before, trying new things. and implementing new things and new ways of being innovative when it comes to like finances and income and supporting your life to continue that, you know, foundation growing and thriving. You're open to life, and life is, you know, open to you. It's like this beautiful exchange of energy going on here. Okay, so a lot of new ideas, very beautiful, inspired. Let's get a Bob Ross card here. And because you're, you know, you've learned so much about your own energy and how you handle things in life, I feel like, you know, you're in a really great place emotionally to be able to, you know, take on new things and explore new ideas. Your emotions just feel like they're in a really great place to, you know, say yes to the right things. It's like you're not going to just, I don't know, it's the very balanced energy, you know, it's very good, it's very grounded. Very grounded. Yeah, very grounded. So you're going to make the right decisions. And this is the Joker card. Don't you know you had this much power? You can move mountains. You can do anything. My goodness. This is beautiful. Let's write one more here. The Three of Cups. We just show you how, but you make the decisions. When you have this much power, you have to make big decisions. I love it. I love it so much. It's like recognizing and realizing your own manifesting ability and how enjoyable it is when you're truly in alignment with love. You know, when your heart's rooted in the right place, like how enjoyable it is to manifest and be in your power and create things and learn things and share things, you know, have your, you know, finances, see them becoming abundant, and knowing that, you know, it's all supporting something that's really beautiful in your life, experiences, making memories, having good times, you know, being able to really be there for the people you love. And, you know, there's nothing that compares to that. And I feel like there's just this wonderful, reassuring energy, you know, that you'll be able to take care of yourself and your family without stress or worry or anxiety. You'll be able to provide for them, you know, or, you know, the people in your life. Like, I don't know, it just feels very, it's like there's no worry. It's all about enjoying your life now and being able to witness the beauty of that, you know, in such beautiful ways. Like I see the little kid here. He's like, oh, the pentacles, you know, playing with it. Like, and then the little kid's here running to dad. Like, I don't know. There's just this, you know, it's like the focus isn't all stressed out on money or finances and how you're going to make it all work. It's like that's just, you know, that's the foundation. It's everything you're doing is aligned, and it's so enjoyable that it removes the stress and anxiety or worry or concern or any sort of lack mentality, if there was any. It just feels very much like a recognition of your own power, and you know how beautifully responsible you are with it, and how loving you are with it, and how beneficial it is. Okay, so this is legacy energy here. Legacy energy. Get a few more oracle cards. Paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. I feel that. I mean, definitely a lot of enjoyment, making memories, having fun together, you know, feeling the family vibes, feeling the closeness, feeling this, you know, being able to have fun, do whatever you want to do. Get-togethers or not, like whatever you're doing, it's all good vibes. It's all really great. A lot of expansion, a lot of just, you know, growth and opportunities for, you know, experiencing things you've always wanted to experience, or being able to be there for people in your life. Like, it's just such a wonderful, wonderful vibe going on here. Okay. Let's do a self-love card. I open myself to all good. I receive life's gifts with joy and pleasure and gratitude. How beautiful. I open myself to all good. A lot of gifts that you'll be receiving, a lot of joy, a lot of pleasure, so much gratitude, so much to be grateful for. So much to be grateful for, okay? It's all very well deserved, whatever you've been through or haven't. It's either way. You are a beautiful person, a beautiful heart and soul, and you know, it's time to enjoy life to the fullest. And I know this doesn't come easy, like I know it requires a lot of inner work. So I just feel like it's a time for you to experience, the enjoyment of, everything that you've been through in your life. There's so much gratitude because you can feel how real it is, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Let's get a questions card here. This came out in the first message. I can't believe it. How do I feel when I know I am innocent? Why am I innocent? How have I changed from believing that I'm guilty to remembering my pure essence? Okay, I pulled this in the first message. It just blows me away that I do that. So it's like really acknowledging this innocence, this purity within you, so that you can truly allow yourself to receive the gifts, the gifts of life and love that want to pour all over you, bestow upon you, opening your arms to love, to the gifts that you're receiving, because they're well deserved. I feel like you're someone who gives a lot. And so, this is the cycle. This is how the cause and effect, we give and we receive, we give and receive. And, when you're able to receive, then you allow someone to give you a gift, and there's joy in being able to give gifts, right? So, we want to feel good and in that energy of true love and enjoyment when we're giving and receiving. And so I feel a lot of gifts that are being showered upon you. I feel you, and it's like as you receive gifts, you naturally give. And so it's just this beautiful cycle of give and receive, and the life is just coming alive where everyone feels abundant, everyone feels free to give and share their gifts. And, there's so much fun in being able to receive gifts and be happy about them and see the joy on the person's face who's giving it to you, or life itself, when life gives you a gift. There's so much gratitude when we feel gratitude for it, when we receive it in gratitude. So enjoy, okay? There's always going to be gifts of love coming your way, okay? Opening yourself to receive all the good, all the good. Steady progress. We acknowledge you for the progress you've made in remembering love in your daily activities. We can clearly see the contribution you're making to the world through your thoughts, feelings, and actions of love. I was definitely feeling that, it's like, this hasn't happened overnight. It requires a dedication every day to choosing love, and that comes with whatever that comes with for you, whatever responsibilities, whatever tasks, whatever duties, that you've been diligent in, that has been recognized and created, manifested through your daily actions and thoughts and words and deeds. And so this is really beautiful to see the angels acknowledging that, your steady progress, slow and steady, one day at a time, right? It's one day at a time, it's slow and steady, and staying consistent with that. And that's what brings, everything into alignment. And so, wow, I feel it here. There's such a humbleness, right, that comes with it. Like, it's like, yep, I know. I feel you so much. Let's get some more here. Heed the messengers, number 16, okay? Heed the messengers. So allow yourself to stay open to messages and warnings, because that is love's also guidance when it comes to, certain things, especially as we're opening our heart to life and there are new things to discover, new experiences, or we are just enjoying ourselves with family. We can't expect everyone to be on the same, understanding and awareness as we are, especially if we've been doing a lot of inner work and, really honing in on our own communication with our soul. Not everyone we know is able to do that at this point in time, or they haven't yet, or whatever it is. And so always pay attention to your intuition, heed the messages, heed any warnings or anything that, trigger you in some way, just on the inside where you feel it, pay attention to it, because there's always opportunities to learn and grow. And there's always moments where we can, get off track a little bit. Just because we've reached a certain place in our life doesn't mean that, we're good to go forever. We still need to stay focused and dedicated daily to that practice of love, that steady progress every day. So, when you do receive any sort of messages that, give you some insight onto something, definitely, listen to them. Trust your intuition when it comes to them. Don't just be like, oh, well, I'm in a positive vibe now, and so nothing negative can bother me, because that's not, love's always going to give you the warnings and the clues and things to be on the lookout for. And it's not about living in fear. It's just knowing that if you need to know, your soul's going to let you know. The messages are going to come through. So heed any messages and pay attention to your intuition and honor it, okay? Because it's always a practice in that. And life is always teaching us in so many ways, okay? Listen to your body, like if you need to slow down, if you need to relax, or if you're being too relaxed and you need to get up and do something. All of these little things, especially as we become more abundant in things and we're receiving, it's like we just need to pay attention, to little warnings. They're always going to get the little warnings when we need them. They're the gentle love warnings, right? So pay attention, heed the messengers. The Raven, magic, coincidence, synchronistic events, okay? So I feel like you're someone who communicates really well with spirit. And so, it's like I'm feeling here, like if there is something going on, your intuition's going to pick up on it before anyone else. So always trust your intuition, because I feel like here, especially in a family situation, or where there's, a lot of different people involved, like they may not be as aware of things as you are. So there is something within you that's always going to be able to pick up on things that others cannot. And when you feel something, even when everyone else is like, oh, it's fine, blah, 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 and you're like, well, I kind of feel like this way or whatever, like, stand your ground, stay in your truth, and know that what's right for you. Don't feel like you have to just go along with everything. I feel like there's also further communication to be explored and learned with you when it comes to communicating with spirit, communicating with your guides. I feel like you're very aware of like synchronistic events and like how spirit communicates to you, how your soul communicates to you. And so you may be someone who wants to look more into that and kind of, discover more parts of yourself, especially with the earth energies here, the elementals. Like I'm really feeling you're someone who has a really good communication skill. So maybe something you want to explore deeper. And they may want to communicate with you in certain ways that, they do. So be on the lookout for any sort of messages or coincidences or different things like that, and pay attention. It has some sort of meaning for you, and only you'll know what that is. But I feel like it's all really positive. Like there's a lot of new opportunities to explore and learn and grow with your soul, with spirit, with communicating with the elements of life that all support your foundation in this work and world. Support your foundation, support your growth, and support you as a human being, just learning what it is to be human and being able to experience things as a human being that are so amazing and so wonderful. And, it's not all about work. It's not all about, certain things. Like it's also about being human and getting to learn who you are within all of this community and support. Like there's something really special here that's very personal for you. And so it's definitely worth, experimenting with, and if it's special to you, then it's worth nurturing. Okay. I guess that's what I want to say. Nurturing, maybe not experimenting. However, there's, sometimes there's experimenting going on. So nurture those nudges within you, those intuitive voices or knowings or feelings within you that are like, yeah, explore this a little deeper. Just, if it excites you, if it's something that feels good to you, allow yourself to do it, because I really feel like you notice things more so than the other people around you. And so there's a reason for that, okay? Get one here from the Energy Oracle. Envy, number 20. Envy. So there is something here with, this energy of envy. I mean, especially as you're in this energy of alignment and receiving gifts and abundance and feeling very connected to your family, your soulmates, your friends, feeling very connected to the earth. There's an energy of envy here where, this person here feels like they see you and they don't believe they can have what you have, even though in your heart they can have what you have. It's simply a matter of them aligning and choosing love. They're not aware of that in their state of mind, and so they project this energy of jealousy and envy towards you that can be felt. So you can pick up on that, and not, if you're not aware of it and not understanding where it's coming from, it can create some sort of negative feelings inside of you. So let me read the little description on here. So this is definitely something that your soul and spirit wants you to be aware of right now, so that you don't feed any of those feelings, that you're able to respond to them appropriately. And this is all a part of, this process of growth. And this is all a part of, being in abundance too, is being able to recognize these things and to not have them influence you in a negative way. So it says, lack dissatisfaction. This card shows a woman holding a huge pearl in one hand and platter of coins and pearls in the other. She stands in a silver room looking out at a golden city on the horizon. She has a life of value already, but she ignores that and longs for the shining prosperity she sees elsewhere. Instead of feeling happy and fulfilled, her desire for more only causes a deep sense of lack and dissatisfaction, and that energy shows in her dress. This card upright is telling you to let go of the jealousy and acknowledge the blessings you already have in your life. Now is the time to shift your focus. After all, when you envy others, it only attracts more to them, not you. Notice all that you have and thank the universe for it. If this card is near the appreciation card in your spread, the message is doubly important. Now is the time to move from a consciousness of lack to one of value. With this shift, all things change, okay? So I feel like, isn't this amazing? Shift your energy is the first card that came out. I feel like this is something that is a part of like your family lineage, where it comes up, this feeling of jealousy or lack, or like we have everything, and yet their life seems so much more harmonious or happy or whatever. I don't know, it's just like being aware of it as we're healing our own selves, as we're healing our own family lineage stuff. This is rooted in our bones and our DNA, and so there's this opportunity to become aware of it and be proactive in healing it, so that we're not passing it forward to our future generations, and that we're not experiencing it onwards. I've definitely witnessed this, within my life and my family, and it can come through very subtly, and most times people aren't even aware that they're doing it. But when you become aware of it, you are able to respond to it in a way that shifts that energy. You're very conscious of it. And so by choosing to shift your energy, by choosing to embrace unconditional love from a deeper place of understanding, in a way you are healing that energy without people even knowing it. So, they may ask you questions like that you can answer more easily because of this awareness that you have. So never shy away from learning about these types of energies in your family or within yourself, any type of what we consider lower vibrational energy, because it's really just the pure energy that's been distorted through pain or suffering or hurt or lack of understanding or awareness at some point in time. And so as we recognize it, we're able to bring it to life. We're able to heal it to its original form. And that's what allows that feeling of wholeness to really take root in our foundation and to be nurtured properly. So it's always nice to be able to recognize those things from a place of unconditional love, because that energy can then be transformed and healed, and you don't have to worry about it continuing to linger around in the darkness, and then, it sneaks up on someone, out of the blue one day. So I feel like this is really great. There's such a beautiful acknowledgement here to be grateful for what you have, because it's like the lack and limitation energy it can be really brutal, and especially in families where there is a lot of prosperity and people start taking things for granted and they don't really understand what it's like to, work hard for things and that sort of thing. So it's good to practice humility, and not being so materialistic, and also sharing the wisdom that like sharing stories, sharing things, not being afraid to share things. And I feel like this has to do with you being in close communication with your soul and with spirit, and being able to receive the messages and communicate whatever it is that you or your family need to know, so that this energy can remain in a healed state instead of being distorted into something envious or jealous. Okay, so it's really beautiful. Let's see what else we got here. Let's get a few more. Breathe. I feel like there's a card attached. Yep, breathe. And exchanging gifts. Okay, I love it's pink and blue too. So cute. Exchanging gifts and breathe. So I feel like there is this great balance, you know, between being in tune with the physical reality and all the, you know, beauty of abundance that comes with it, and also the physical reality in terms of like elementals, earth energy, spirit energy, you know, engaging in the activities that are invisible, right? Like meditating, breath work, communicating with your soul, your spirit guides, writing, journaling, communication, things that are, you know, within and without. There's a really awesome balance here of embracing that. Give and receive energy in physical gifts and also in spiritual gifts as well. Okay, so make sure that you allow time for that balance in your life. Be mindful of it. That's really going to help you be aware of whatever you need to be aware of and be able to learn from it and become more wise and more foundationally grounded in this love, this unconditional love. And I feel the earth really with you right now. So the earth may be really speaking to you, especially with these, you know, the birds. The birds right now may be really coming out and talking to you a lot and just allowing you to kind of ignite that hidden knowledge within yourself, that invisible knowledge. It just helps you respond to it intuitively, not even really knowing when it's going to happen. It just does all at the right moments. So this is a wonderful time, you know, and if you feel inspired to give gifts, you know, trust your intuition, give gifts, share your gifts, not just your physical gifts, but also your spiritual gifts, your knowledgeable gifts, your wise gifts. Okay. I feel like that's really important for you to be aware of, because you're a very aware person and you have a lot of beautiful energy to share, give, and receive. Okay. So yeah, I feel like it's just being mindful of that and being aware of it. This is so cool the way it came out. So let's get one here. Let's get a few more. It just feels very fertile as well. A lot of like fertile energy. Oh my goodness. New moon promise. A new moon promise. Okay, so this is kind of like a promise from life itself, you know, from your soul, from the earth, from the energy of life itself, that, you know, a promise to you is a promise kept. It's like, you know, these promises of love, they're real and they're true, and you know what this is. But it's like if you made a promise with yourself, or, you know, there's this promise of something being fulfilled, like it's all being fulfilled, it's all happening, it's all manifesting. This is a reassurance of that. Any sort of commitments that were made, these commitments are being honored. Okay, there is a promise here of, you know, like a new reborn energy, like it's always going to be renewed. There's like a renewal energy here that, you know, when the love is real, when it's all true, it always renews, right? The promises are always kept. And this could also be a promise to, you know, I'm kind of feeling it in different ways. But it's almost like a promise to yourself, like no matter what challenges arise, your soul's always going to be there for you, and keep the promises to yourself, you know, whatever those are, commitments to overcoming obstacles, healing yourself, healing your family, being abundant, being prosperous. All of these little promises that we make to ourselves internally, I feel like they're all being fulfilled. I'm just feeling a lot of fertile energy, like, you know, like boy, girl, new life, new soulmates, new children, new gifts, new reasons to celebrate, to be grateful for, like these relationships that are so beautiful. And communication with your own soul and with spirit, even your ancestors. Like I feel them all a part of this foundation for you in such a beautiful, magical way. Okay. It's almost like too here with any energies of envy, like there's a promise that it will be healed, you know, like that's why you're aware of it. If you are becoming aware of it, or that's why you receive messages, it's almost like a promise that whatever you recognize that's, you know, off or needs healing or distorted in some way, there's a promise that it will be healed. It's like a commitment, you know, to yourself and to also to you. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's really beautiful. However that feels for you. We have Father, Husband, Brother, Son, Osiris. So there's a lot of healing energy also around the masculine energy within you, within your family line. A lot of healed energy within the males, you know, the men. This could pertain, however it resonates, to your own, you know, father, your husband, your brother, or your son. It could also just be the energy in general within your family lineage is really what I'm feeling like. There's an overall energy, and I feel a lot of healing here, especially with the ancestors. And if you feel guided, you know, to reach out to someone in your life, a man in your life, or this could be yourself even, you know, to address anything that needs to be healed, or to just make that communication, make that connection, let them know you love them, you care about them, you're thinking about them, offering any sort of healing love, any sort of wisdom, or just reassurance in any way. Like, I feel like that's going to bring a lot of balance back into your life if it felt off in any way. It's also going to contribute to healing any sort of distorted energies that may have been causing any sort of imbalance. And these are always good things to be aware of, like I said, because we're always growing. New life is always being born, and you know, nothing's ever perfect, right? So every opportunity is a good reason to become more wise, more conscious of it, and be a more powerful person within yourself and the benefit that you can create in your own reality. Because I feel a lot of newness coming in for you, and you really recognizing your power and how beneficial it is to yourself and those you care about and those you love. Okay. So we're going to close the message here with one more from Nature's Whispers. I just feel guided to pull one more here. Be in service. Number 41, be in service. I feel like being in service for you is, you know, it brings such a beautiful, loving vibe to yourself, where you feel like you're doing what you're supposed to do. Like, it feels very self-guided, and it feels like sometimes it can be difficult to initiate it, you know, to get it going, to be that person. And yet when you do it, you feel so good. You're so glad you did. And I feel like that's, you know, a lot of where your true gifts lie is just simply, or lay, I want to say lie. There's something here about when you're in service, it's almost like you're keeping your promise to yourself, to fulfill your purpose in life, to be who you really are. It allows you to really live your truth. That's what I'm feeling. It's like this energy of truth that comes to life. So being in service is a really great way to affirm yourself and to actually see the results manifesting before your eyes, you know, the cause and effect, but really being aware that you are a cause for great benefit, you know, of healing within yourself and your family, and also, you know, prosperity and flourishment and abundance, and allowing that solid foundation to continue growing with ease and having fun and enjoying yourselves, and, you know, enjoying the gifts of life and being able to share and give and receive, and, you know, for you to receive it as well, you know, for you to receive the gifts and the hugs and the love and the, you know, the thank yous and the appreciation and the gratitude, and all of that is so beautiful, you know, and it's because you choose to be in service. So definitely be open to receiving appreciation and gratitude from those who appreciate all you do for them, okay? And because I know it's your joy, and it's also their joy, you know, to appreciate you, and you deserve it very, very much, okay? So be in service, be in service. I love it. Okay, group number 2, this is your message. I truly hope it resonated and just brought affirmation, wisdom, guidance moving forward for you as always. Thank you to all my beautiful subscribers for tuning in. I love you infinitely. I'm so honored. It's truly my pleasure to share these messages with all of you. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe if this message resonated. And I will be back again very soon with another message. It's always so enjoyable to share these messages, and I feel so honored to share them with all of you. You're all amazing. I love you infinitely, and I will see you again very soon. Peace. Hello, group number 3. How are all of you beautiful heart and souls? Thank you so much once again for tuning in. I hope you're all doing well. So let's see what's going on, what your soul wants you to know at this time. We have come to the edge, number 36. Come to the edge. Oh my goodness, I love it. I'm actually going to read the book for this one. I'm being guided to read the little message here. Come to the edge. So you are feeling there's some sort of, something feels a little risky, a little risky. Not sure if you want to get too close to the edge and find out what it's all about, huh? All right, we have the essential meanings are courage, taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear, and accepting risk. So the message is facing the unknown is the only choice you really have right now, and if you want to progress. It's okay to be afraid. Now is the time to take a risk that is not calculated, to feel the exhilaration as you ready yourself for a leap of faith. Spirit is present, so let go of fear. You are called to express your true self. Listen to your heart and soul, not your head. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. You must step into the unfamiliar so that you may find your miracles. Okay, so this is something that your heart and soul is guiding you to do. There's no way to deny what you're feeling in this situation. It's, the heart wants what the heart wants, and it doesn't have to be, you can't explain it. There's no logic or reason to explain it. It's all soul guided. It's the intelligence within you. It's your heart energy. It's what creates a beautiful life for yourself that's actually worth living, that you enjoy living, that you enjoy waking up every day and embracing the day, to imagine feeling yourself embracing the day every day and being so glad you listened to your heart, took a little risk, had some courage, got to feel your courage. There's nothing like feeling your courage. And the only way to feel it is to face those fears inside us that are holding us back from experiencing our courage, our bravery, our true infinite strength, our soul intelligence, our heart's desires. It's one thing to think about them. You can think about them, but to experience them is a whole nother enchilada. So let's see here. Let's see what the tarot wants you to know. It's because it's true for you that you feel that little bit of fear. So we're gonna see what else comes through here. We have the Six of Wands. Okay, so instead of thinking about the fear, you can feel into the victory. Feeling victorious, feeling you employ your courage. Having appreciation for your emotions, like how wonderful it is to have those emotions guiding you, and to trust your heart and to trust your soul, and to know what it's like through actual experience, to say yes to what your heart's guiding you to do, and no to the irrational fears that are running programs in your mind. Okay, I feel like this is, something, we have the Knight of Pentacles here. So, this could be taking steps towards some sort of financial venture for you that brings you a lot of prosperity, a lot of solid foundational energy, a lot of freedom to travel, move around, employ your beautiful ideas that just, you're excited to get up every day. You're excited to be responsible for whatever it is that you're creating. Like, it brings you such a sense of confidence and knowing that you're making the right decisions for yourself. It brings a sense of peace and ease to your reality. No more stress, no more stressful thoughts that don't need to be running around in your mind, wreaking havoc on your body, making you feel tired and worn out for no reason. Like, no more fighting yourself, like to feel yourself in alignment with that energy. It's simply a matter of you just, saying, what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to give this a chance, because if I don't, I have nothing to lose. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I'm right where I am, right? But if you take the chance, and it's obviously showing here that, your heart's not going to lie to you. I feel a lot of victory energy, feeling very confident and successful, and really grateful that you made the decision to follow your heart. And I'm feeling here with the Queen of Cups, it allows you to feel at peace with your emotions. So sometimes when I won't even say sometimes, but when we're fighting our heart, it can make us feel very emotional. As far as like our stable foundation, we can feel unstable with our emotions. One day we're upset or sad, feeling sadness. The next day we might feel frustrated. So it brings a sense of peace to your emotions, overall well-being, very, very calm, very collected, and an appreciation and gratitude for them, because now you're experiencing them in a way that is enjoyable, how you're meant to experience them, in a way that empowers you and inspires you. And there's a sacredness that comes with that. It's like a deep, intimate connection with yourself, where you're not afraid to follow your heart anymore. You can trust your heart, because you've proven now that you can trust your heart. And I really feel like this gives you the confidence in your financial affairs, whatever is going on with your finances, to create and take those steps of action that create that financial freedom for yourself and prosperity, with a lot of confidence, that courage that you're employing. I feel like you're just like, you know that you've worked hard for it, in a way that's not hard, in a way that you enjoy working for it. You enjoy, the effort that's required every day, because it brings you it brings you alignment with who you are. It shows you who you are every day. You get to experiencing yourself being that responsible person, loving what you do, loving what you're creating, loving what you're bringing into the world, and how it's supporting you as well, how it's bringing you that foundational security, and emotional control. I want to say like emotional control or mastery. It's more so like this deep, intimate connection with your emotions in a way that feels really real and authentic, where you don't have to be fighting your emotions in any way. They're serving you now in the most beautiful ways. Okay. It's like, you don't have to talk about them. So, because it's like, if you are, it's because you're happy. You're talking about things that make you happy. You're feeling good in your body. And it doesn't even require talking necessarily. Like, I don't feel talking necessarily. I'm referring to more like self-talk, thoughts within your mind. I feel like you're ready for this. Like, this is something you've been ready for, and the time is here. And so it's just, it's like you're getting a little nudge and affirmation once again, to take that step. And ultimately, it's up to you to decide, when the time is right for you to do that. Just know that you're supported. You're immensely supported, and there's so much to look forward to. There's such a energy of growth and acknowledgement here of that, and you're going to enjoy the process. You're going to enjoy growing. I see people recognizing you, which gives you that additional encouragement and support that you need to feel confident in what you're doing and keep going. He's not stopping on the Six of Wands. He keeps moving forward. Same with the Knight of Pentacles. There's this energy where you're still taking steps every day. It's not like you just reach a point of victory and it's, then you don't know what to do. Like, every step of the way, you're going to be guided and shown. You're going to feel it, because once your heart's really activated and you trust your heart, it's, then what it feels like every step of the way guiding you, and when it's going to be your heart versus anything outside of you or any programs in your mind. It's just going to be so clear. The contrast is so clear, and it's because of your emotions. And I just feel this, deep appreciation for them also being more receptive to what's going on within you, and being able to express yourself in a way that feels really good in the outside world. Okay, no more nervousness or anxiety, if there was any, related to that. Yeah, look, we have the Eight of Swords, Death, and the Queen of Cups again. So there's something here about when you resist, when you resist saying yes to where your heart's guiding you, it's almost like you feel like you can't. It's like the Eight of Swords energy is a feeling of feeling stuck and helpless, and like you can't see what's going on, you can't move, you don't know what to do, you can't think straight. Like, it kind of just like these negative thoughts come in, you feel disempowered, you feel like, you can't move, like there's nothing you can do, you feel stuck. And so that's because, there's only one thing your heart wants you to do. Your soul's guiding you, and it's not going to let you make a mistake. It's not going to let you go down a path anymore of suffering. You're feeling limited or lack in your thoughts. This is what's going to help you open up and get out of your head and into your heart. I feel like here with the Death energy and the Queen of Cups, whatever was in there, it's like, there's like an energy of releasing, it's a transformational type of energy when you fully align with your heart, when you fully trust your heart, and all of these thoughts that have been, circling around in your mind. When you go through this death energy with transformation, that emotional control is really going to serve you well in this situation. Like, you're going to be able to release whatever emotions you need to release in a way that is very integral for you, very private, sacred for you, where you can be with yourself and recognize what's going on so that you become more aware and more wise in who you are as a person and how you respond to life, and what your emotions are all about and how they're guiding you. It's going to be very personal for you. And I feel like here with the Queen of Cups, and the King of, or the Knight of Pentacles, I said King, so hey, you're on your way to becoming a king. It's like you have this emotional support within you that only you are aware of, only you know. It's like there's an energy of confidence within you that you're going to feel. And I feel like, it's when you're around other people, they're going to see you and perceive you as like, wow, that guy's like, or girl, that gal or guy has really, they seem very stable and very grounded. And, it's like there's an energy where you won't need to think about it anymore. It's like internally guiding you in ways that no one else can see, and no one else can ever see that. It's through your experience, though. It's not about other people seeing it. It's not about hiding it. It's something to experience, and the only way to experience it is through, saying yes to allowing your heart to guiding you and having those experiences. So I feel like you're going to go through this transformation with your emotional side of you, especially the feminine side of you. So I feel like there's going to be moments where you need to allow yourself to be vulnerable, time to yourself to cry, to release some of the emotions, to get them out of your body, whatever's been stuck in there. And, there can be, it's like you won't have to plan that time or think about it. It's just going to happen naturally. Your soul's going to create that space for you, and it'll be unexpected, and you'll be glad that it is, because the emotions will be able to come out of you, and you'll feel so much better. You'll recognize what it is, and then they'll be out. They won't be in there festering anymore, preventing you from feeling your confidence, feeling that victorious energy within yourself. I feel like your courage is really transforming here. So if there was any sort of distortion or anything in the past that made you feel like you couldn't really, be in your courage, be in your integrity, in the way that you truly want to show up in the world, this process is going to help you through this. It's going to clear it all out, and there's a purity that comes with it. It's a letting go. It's a natural process of allowing that information, right? That energy, everything's information. So if you can think of it, your emotions, or the energy that's within your emotions, as information, it's a process of releasing that, allowing it to transform so that that energy is whole again. And you're going to feel it in your body. You're going to feel it in your mind, your heart, your well-being, your vitality. Everything's going to improve. You're going to feel so much better. And you're just going to have the confidence naturally to do whatever it is you want to do in life. Okay. So that's what this is. It's like these mental thoughts, they really take a toll on our bodies when we keep them held inside and we don't acknowledge them. And the soul has a way of coming in and, helping us through those times that we feel like we can't do it on our own. It's just simply a matter of you saying yes, like really intending it and saying yes. Okay, I'm going for it. All right, soul, lead the way, and then follow your intuition. This is going to help you become more clear in your intuition, more closely connected to your intuition, so that you can make those right decisions for yourself without doubt. You'll be able to release doubts very easily. They won't come in anymore. You're going to be able to trust yourself 100%. Okay, and that's really important when you're manifesting finances, because you won't have that doubt or limited thinking coming in bothering you. It's just you're going to know. You're going to know what's right. You're going to be able to make the right decisions, and that's going to serve you really well in building your foundation and the prosperity that you desire for yourself. Okay. So let's get a Bob Ross card here. We have the Jack of Diamonds. We artists are a different breed of people. We're a happy bunch. I love it. We artists are a different breed of people. We're a happy bunch. Okay, so I feel this feels really good. The Jack of Diamonds, this feels like the Knight of Pentacles to me. So it's like it's coming out twice. I feel like, if you are a creative person, an artist, for example, this is really the step you need to take. And you are a happy person. You're someone who enjoys their emotions and enjoys feeling good, the good vibes. And so this is going to feel really good for you. It won't feel good 100% going through it. However, there's a feeling of knowing it's all for the good, and that feeling is what's going to, support you through the process in a very effortless way. Even if it doesn't feel effortless, you're going to do it anyways, because it's just going to feel good. It's going to feel like the right direction, and it's going to clear you, heal you of that, so that you can be in your in your element, in your happy self. And I feel like, you know, you just need to know you're not alone. Like many of us experience this, especially if you're an entrepreneur, someone who's venturing out on their own. You know, there's always fears around going out on your own and facing things in the world that, you know, it can be a risk. It can definitely feel like a risk, and especially when it comes to finances and making a go at something. And it's also something that's you feel very vulnerable because it's an expression of who you are. And, you know, we don't like to feel rejected. It can really bring us down. So believe in yourself. This is going to help you really believe in yourself and in your expression and whatever it is that you create or do. It's going to really, I feel like, you know, you just need to know you're not alone. And as you recognize that and connect in with that consciousness, you're going to feel the support of others who've also faced similar challenges and obstacles and chose to say yes and got through it. So even tuning into people that really inspire you right now is going to be really helpful, because you know they've overcome all these fears as well. And so those who have overcome those fears can offer that additional support. They believe in you already. They know you can do it. It's just simply a matter of you believing in yourself and allowing yourself to say yes, you know. And now's the time, because you're very, very supported. Your soul, your heart, your spirit team, your guides are very aware of what you're feeling right now, and they're here to support you and assist you, because this is what they do. And we're a happy bunch of people, okay? We're a happy bunch. You are a happy one, a happy, happy one. So let's get a questions card here. It'll feel good to feel your happy self again. I know that. Very much can relate to it. Don't give up on yourself, you know. Believe in yourself. Believe in who you are. Believe in what you create, because it's beautiful, okay? How do I feel when I am admired? Why am I admired? How have I changed from feeling disapproved of to being praised? All right, so really feel into this question. Why am I admired? How do I feel when I am admired? Okay, that's some of your homework for this reading. You know, how do you feel when you're admired? Really get into that feeling, that vibe of admiring yourself and feeling others admire you for, you know, for who you are, the kind of person you are, for whatever it is you create, for your art, whatever it is, this venture, whatever it is you're afraid to embrace. Feel yourself admired in many ways. Just allow that energy to, you know, ruminate within you. You know, how it feels. It feels really good. So, yep, that's something to just allow to be in your field right now, okay? How do I feel when I am admired? We know you're a sweetheart and very humble. I know you are. So it's, you know, it's only natural to feel a little bit of hesitancy around it, and yet it's so well deserved. And it's what we love, you know. We love to admire each other. So allow people to admire you, please. All right, let's see here. I let go of limitations and recognize the true beauty of my being. I visualize all my limitations falling away one by one until I am safe, healed, and whole. I visualize all my limitations falling away one by one until I am safe, healed, and whole. I let go of limitations and recognize the true beauty of my being. I love this so much. This is really beautiful, okay? Really allow yourself to see your beauty. Let go of limitations. Let go of anything that is not aligned with the truth of who you are. Now is the time to let those things fall away. Really embrace visualization right now. If you're going into meditation, visualize, you know, this energy of beauty around you, of admiration, courage, victory. Really feel yourself in that energy. Allow yourself to, you know, tune into the emotions of your happiness. You know, see yourself happy. What are you doing? You know, what are you doing that makes you so happy? Allow yourself to go there, okay? Let's get some oracle cards. The truth is, you are beauty, you are strength, you are infinite, you are immortal, you are eternal. What you are is strength and beauty. That's the truth. ask from the angels. We have ask. Ask us to help you in this situation, and we will immediately go to work on your behalf. We're governed by many universal laws, and among them is the free will that allows you to make your own choices and decisions. So we patiently await your request, okay? Ask for assistance from your soul, from your spirit guides. If you have any hesitancies around spirit guides, or just not knowing exactly how to tune in, ask your soul for guidance. I always tune into my soul first and foremost. I won't even, my soul gets to determine what spirit guides want to get to talk to me. And that's just me, because I want to make sure that I'm aligned with the truth of who I am, that I'm in my authentic self, and that it's a mutual co-creation type of thing. And it's not because I don't trust, it's because I want to get to know, what I'm doing. It's just like any other relationship in life. You meet someone and you get to know them. It's a mutual thing. You don't just like expect them to do all this stuff for you. So that's kind of how I am with my spirit guides and my team. I allow it to be a mutual experience where, I think of them as friends, and I behave with them as friends, and they teach me in a lot of ways how to be a better human being through friendship and just being a human, speaking to them like I would any other person in life. So definitely ask them for assistance. Let them know what you need help with, because they'll never just come in and infringe upon you. They need to be, I think of them just like a friend, like a true friend, and, get to know yourself, get to know your soul, get to know what it is that you love and appreciate about life, and read some books. Anything that you feel drawn to, your soul will guide you towards different conscious awareness and just different ideas or people. And that really helps. You can read about, the cards really help me connect with a lot of spirit guides, because I learned, it's like I was learning for myself, and then I felt their presence in a way, like in my heart and my soul, like affirming things for me and helping me feel more into what kind of, beings they are, what kind of people they are. I see them all as people, honestly. So, it's like if you just feel into them like people, and know that you have angels and spirit guides and team, that they do assist and they do help, and they definitely won't, just come into your life without your permission. So asking is a wonderful way to really open up that for yourself and not be afraid, and if at any time it feels strange to you, you can always just say no and be done with it. You don't have to continue tuning into it. However, it'll always be beneficial as long as you're aligned with love, and you let your soul know, okay, soul, I want to align with my authentic truth and love, and that's it. Just recognize that everything from that point forward, is going to teach you something in a wonderful way, in a loving way, in a way that feels good for you. Okay. You may already know that, but some of you may not. So however it resonates. We have seek your answers within, number 36. Okay. So like I said, really connect with your soul, because, even if you're reading books or doing, cards or anything like that, your soul is the one that's guiding you towards them. So all of the answers that you're seeking really need to be sought within yourself first, and you'll know what's right for you when it comes to anything. It's not just about like what someone recommends, or asking someone else and they're saying, oh, well, you should do this or you should do that. You need to ask your soul and your intuition to guide you to the sources, to the information that it is that you're aligned with, that you're wanting to dive deeper into or learn more about yourself. And it could just be as simple as writing things down on pen and paper. Asking your soul questions, and then practicing some automatic writing, and just allowing whatever thoughts want to come through. Write them down or whatever. Answer your own questions. That's very empowering. However it is, visualizing, having meditations and doing visualizations, being guided towards, different books or documentaries, whatever it is that inspires you on your path, whatever it is that just pertains to you, learning about different financial, opportunities or ways that you can integrate different things. Like, you'll be guided in many different ways that will help give you that courage and empowerment, that, courage to make the choices that are really aligned with your heart and soul. Okay. The answers that are really going to answer the questions for you right now are only sought within yourself, not with anyone else outside of you. Okay. Just like you're guided to tune into this message, it's not because someone else tells you to. So it's really important that you feel that and acknowledge that guidance that's yours versus someone else's, okay? Because your guidance is going to be the most helpful always to your situation. You're the only one that knows what you're feeling and visualizing and dreaming. You're the only one that knows what's in your own heart and soul. Truly, okay? So it's up to you to honor it. It's up to you to acknowledge it and honor it and say yes to it. The High Priestess, discernment, prescience, prophecy, and vision. So the High Priestess, along here with the Queen of Cups twice, I'm feeling a lot of receptive energy. You're really open right now and receptive to receiving a lot of wisdom and guidance from your soul, from the ancestors, from the earth, from whatever it is that's going to serve you well moving forward. Messages, omens coming through, a lot of visions, a lot of synchronicities, a lot of communication with your own soul right now. You're going to feel a lot of gut feelings. It's going to help you really nudge you along to get you out of this Eight of Swords energy and get you through this transformation, this death energy. So you may want to take more time to yourself right now to just be more internal. Keep to yourself a little bit more. Don't feel like you have to go out and do a bunch of things right now. Just allow yourself some quiet time, some time to yourself to reflect, to receive, the divine guidance that's pouring through you right now. Okay. I feel like there's going to be a lot of insight when it comes to just your own connection, your own communication to your soul and how you manifest and how it brings such empowerment, such strength. That's such a feeling of strength. It's something that, once you have that beautiful connection established and you continue nurturing it on a daily basis, you're essentially unstoppable. There reaches a point where you're unstoppable and you're willing to take risks, and they're not really risks anymore. You just know that if you don't take this risk or what's considered a risk, life is not going to improve the way that you truly desire it to. And so this is the opportunity for it to improve, and you're the one saying yes to it. You're the only one that can choose this for yourself. So, now's the time. And I feel like it's going to give you such a deep sense of what life's all about and how you really live your life, and being connected to this life in a way that feels really good, really authentic, really natural. It's going to make you just feel so much courage in your heart to live the life of your dreams, and there's no going back. Okay? There's no going back. I love here how the eye is seeing through the heart. The Queen of Cups here, the High Priestess. There's just so much love, so much energy that's supporting you during any vulnerable feelings, and bringing you a lot of inspired, passionate energy as well. Okay? Caring connections, number 14. Well, this is unexpected. This is beautiful, though. Not that caring connections are not unexpected. I feel like there's, this energy of, a couple here. Like you're being admired. You're being, you're facing some fears. It's like your heart is really opening up in so many different ways. So there may be a new relationship forming here for you. And if not, if you're already in a relationship, it's something that your partner is seeing you sort of with, it's like their heart is opening as well and really admiring you in ways they haven't in a really long time or ever maybe. They're like, wow, you're really going for it and really proud of you and just really happy that you're choosing to be happy for yourself. So I'm feeling very genuine connections here, a lot of love, a lot of appreciation, a lot of support, supporting you, reminding you, encouraging you to be happy, to make these choices for yourself, and supporting you in that wholeheartedly. Like you're really going to feel it, like the deep care and love. So definitely a deepening of bonds here. I feel your emotions just very, very happy. Very happy, very pure, very feeling complete, like they get to finally experience life in a way that you're always meant to. And it's all stemming from this decision to face a little fear and take a little risk. It's just absolutely beautiful, okay? It's like when you say yes, this energy shifts for you immediately, and all of this is attracted to you. All of this beautiful relationship energy, courage, you truly embracing what it is you love to do in life, like your finances improving, having new love for yourself, deeper communication and like intimacy with your soul, your spirit guides, your team that are assisting you all along the way. It's like there's so many different levels, or like, I don't want to say levels. There's so many different like variety of support around you. I don't know how to describe that. It's just truly beautiful, okay? There's so many different depths to this. It's like all inclusive, you know, all around. Really, really beautiful. Oh, I can't stop smiling. I got a smile on my face. Archangel Michael, you can do it. You can do it. Okay, I love this. This is one of my favorite cards when Archangel Michael comes out. It's like, you can do it, you know. You have so much support, belief, you know, believe in yourself, because your soul believes in you, your team believes in you. A lot of people in your life really care about you and believe in you and know that you can do this. And if you're having those moments, you know, where you're just not sure, think about Archangel Michael and being there, and, you know, any archangels, your soul, and whoever empowers you in any way, see them there standing with you, you know, like reminding you, you can do this, you can do it, you can do it. Because, you know, sometimes that's really all it takes, is just to remind yourself and have that reminder felt, like to feel it, you know, that you're never alone. And, you know, we're human. We all go through this as a part of the human journey. And so there's many before you that have faced similar situations. And, you know, stepping into our courage is, you know, it's not for the weak of heart. So your heart strengthens every time you say yes to it. Every time you say yes to that vital energy and courage and bravery, it becomes stronger and more resilient and more open. And, you know, the love is it's unbreakable, right? So you can do this. You really can. You were made for this, okay? You were made for this. Just gonna get a few more here. Fire, passion, look at this. Okay, so really feeling the fire, the passion, allowing your heart to be open, allowing your heart to play and have fun and really explore, you know, whatever it wants to feel, being able to be really engaged with, you know, whatever you're doing here with your finances, your creativity, your emotions, your connections, receiving your visions, really enjoying it, really feeling your heart alive, you know, full of passion, just full of that beautiful raw energy of love and creativity, and having a great time and feeling your bravery and your courage, really stepping into it, really feeling it, experiencing the victorious energy that comes with it, letting go of limitations, and really experiencing and feeling your true beauty within yourself. I just feel this great strength within you, and such a beautiful strength in your vulnerability as well, which frees your heart to really express and just to be enjoying all of it, you know, to be in life, feeling it, loving it. Okay. I feel like it helps you become a better lover in so many ways. A lover of your passion, a lover of careness and like vulnerability and gentleness. It's like there's a gentleness and a strength that is just so beautiful, you know, gentle and strong and gentle, passionate and fiery, and yet calm and serene. You know, it's like wherever, whenever you are, your heart is rooted in that love. It is stable, it is solid, and it's still fun. You know, there's fun and passion and spontaneity and just, you know, being able to go with the flow. Wow, I pulled this in the last message. I can't believe it. Inner truths, okay? So a lot of you really allowing yourself this time to embrace, you know, the discovery of inner truths within yourself. And we have empowerment, number 45. I feel like, you know, this is like really exciting time for you, because I feel a very creative spirit within you. And it's like, there's so much to discover within yourself. There's so many hidden jewels and gems and treasures. And I feel you in a very artistic way for some reason. So I feel like, you know, visualizing is really key for you in many ways. And like, I feel like you're a very visual person. So it's like, there's like a whole nother range of depth within you that is yet to be discovered. And it's going to be a really, fun time and empowering time, and yet facing your fears is never really fun. However, the way that spirit works and soul works is when you do choose to face your fears, it's like it's only scary for just a moment. And then after that, wow, I mean, the most profound things begin pouring through you because it's like you trusted yourself. And so now spirit can, offer you this flow, this freedom of energy, this like communication. It's like there's this trust that gets developed between you and your soul and spirit and life itself. And it's rooted in you, because it will never come in and it's like it cannot help until we ask for the help, until we say yes to it. So I feel like this is a really empowering time for you. I feel like your creativity, your visions are all going to become more like rich and prosperous in terms of like quality of energy. Like I'm seeing, depth and variety, and just like there's so much to be discovered, and it doesn't feel overwhelming. It's just like exciting, every day to be able to embrace like something new, something different that you're learning about yourself or being able to experience. And yet it's all very similar. It's like, it's just, I don't know, there's something here about you discovering it for yourself in your own ways, and you will. Okay, it's like this eye in your heart is it's your eye. It's your eye, and only you can see it. Okay, but you have all this support around you, all this love around you, and everyone's like, your spirit guides, your team are all excited for you to discover it, and they're right there with you, every step of the way. So this is a really special time for you. And I'm so grateful to share these messages with you. Thank you all so much, group number 3. This was your message. I truly hope that it resonated and just brought affirmation and wisdom moving forward, that you feel more peace in your heart and just know how amazing you are, and to believe in yourself, and that you're worth this risk. You're worth, saying yes to your heart and moving forward with this. So much support, so much beauty in the future for you to discover, and I'm really happy for you all. So thank you all to my beautiful subscribers. I love you infinitely. So grateful to tune in. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe if this message resonated. I will be back again very soon with another message for all of you, beautiful heart and souls. So thank you once again. Be really good to yourself. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. And I'll see you again very soon. All my infinite love as always. Peace.